For most of the 2024 season, Team Liquid were the best team in NA. They won the LCS Spring Championships after defeating Flyquest, and they went on to represent NA at MSI. There, Team Liquid defeated Fnatic and put up a fight against T1 before getting knocked out of the tournament. Team Liquid's regional domination continued onwards in the summer, and they ended the regular season with an undefeated record as LCS returned to best of threes. But in the playoffs, we saw Flyquest step up massively, and they got revenge on Team Liquid by winning the Summer Championships. And this was no mistake. At Worlds, Flyquest and Team Liquid met once again in a do-or-die match to qualify for the knockout stage. And once again, Flyquest proved that they were a far better team than Team Liquid. What happened? Did Team Liquid fall off a cliff? Or did Flyquest improve massively? Or both? In this video, let's analyze Flyquest's sudden rise to become the best team in NA, and arguably the best Western team at Worlds. Let's first take a look at this clip in Game 1 in the Summer Finals, when Dragon is up in 1 minute and 50 seconds. Team Liquid has a definitive tempo advantage, since 4 of them have recalled first, and then, Impact is seeing Masu run back for a recall. Team Liquid are back on the map first, and they have the tempo to make the next play. But with Impact top and AP catching the bot wave, it's wishful thinking from Umti that he can pick off Bwipo here. Team Liquid uses their tempo to get full control of the river and Flyquest's blue side jungle, but Flyquest realize that Team Liquid are way too early to Dragon and are wasting their time. Umti is not clearing camps, but instead, maintaining control of the river that doesn't lead to anything. Notice that Umti and CoreJJ are not pressuring anything. They are acting as human wards and hoping that Flyquest are careless and get caught. Meanwhile, Inspired spends a minute before Dragon clearing all of his topside camps. Even when Dragon is about to spawn in a few seconds, Inspired is still farming blue buff. But Flyquest knows that being late to Dragon is not a big deal. In fact, it is very advantageous for the team comp. Flyquest says, "Team Liquid, you can have it. You get free real estate in the river. Feel free to start Dragon whenever you'd like." And how does Team Liquid respond? They stay grouped, and they don't realize that Bwipo is flanking from bot, and Quad is flanking from mid. Notice the vision toggle by the observers. Right now, Team Liquid has no idea where Bwipo and Quad are. Bwipo does reveal himself bot lane to clear the wave, but Quad is still hidden mid, and he pops his sweeper in case Team Liquid has a ward there. Notice how uncharacteristically patient Masu, Inspired, and Busio are. You would even think that they are AFK. But this is exactly how you play an engage comp into Team Liquid's poke comp. Let the poke comp put themselves in a terrible position, and then flank them. Masu throws a hawk shot that spots all 5 Team Liquid members, and Flyquest are ready to unleash their flank. Quad flanks from the left, places a control ward in a river bush, and immediately jumps on Yon with Soul Unbound. CoreJJ then responds with her Khan E ult to charm Quad, and the rest of Team Liquid are ready to focus Quad. But Team Liquid are in a dangerous situation. Their carries, AP and Yon, are not behind their tanks. And Inspired, Masu, and Busio look to punish Team Liquid if they focused Quad too hard. Quad then returns to his Soul Unbound, and Team Liquid are still clumped and vulnerable to Flyquest attacks from multiple angles. Busio re-engages with Leona ult, and Team Liquid are desperately running to safety because they know Bwipo is on his way from bot, and this 3-point flank would be absolutely devastating. But it's already too late. Masu's Ash Arrow stuns Yon, and Bwipo is ready to go all in. Bwipo pops Ragnarok, and Yon flashes away, but he is still ran down by Bwipo. Meanwhile, Quad flanks from above with Yone E, Flash, Q3 knockup onto Umti and APA, followed by Yone ult that deletes both of them. Impact and CoreJJ live with decently high HP, which is indicative that they let their teammates down. As the primary tanks, how can you say with a straight face that you played the fight well if your carries are dead and you are still healthy? You can't, because you just got macro diffed. At the very next Dragon fight, Team Liquid makes the same mistake again. 2 minutes before Dragon spawns, Umti and CoreJJ are already committed to gaining river control. But once again, Flyquest doesn't even bother to fight for vision, and instead, they all rotate topside. Even when Bwipo is in vision of Umti and CoreJJ, they can't even pick him off because their carries are nowhere near. It's just Maokai Rakan versus an Olaf. This begs the question, why are Umti and CoreJJ even in the tri-bush? What does this accomplish for Team Liquid? While Team Liquid are wasting their time, Flyquest has a solid plan, and they send 4 members top to pressure the top inner turret. And Masu even gets AP's flash with an Ash arrow. Flyquest gets some chip damage in the turret, and then they reset. But meanwhile, Team Liquid still isn't doing anything. Umti and CoreJJ are still acting as human wards in the bot side river. What's even worse is that Flyquest's bot side jungle ought to be Team Liquid's, because Flyquest had 4 members top, and this would be a simple cross-map play between both teams. But Bwipo is allowed to clear his own blue buff, because pressure isn't in Umti and CoreJJ's vocabulary. And Impact joins in on the fun and acts like a ward as well, letting Bwipo get blue buff for free. Inspired also gets Wolves and Gromp for free, while Team Liquid are doing charity work for Flyquest. They have Prio of Flyquest jungle, so it baffles me that Team Liquid doesn't capitalize on this and go for surprise picks. Nevertheless, the game goes on, and Flyquest does not contest Team Liquid's vision. Instead, they shove out mid, which is a genius move because it forces Team Liquid to show their hand. With Baron spawning in 15 seconds, Flyquest has a real threat of starting it, and Team Liquid simply cannot hide any longer. Additionally, Quad is split pushing top, forcing Team Liquid to send someone back or to start a fight. Team Liquid finally showed themselves mid after doing nothing for over a minute, but this does nothing. Even in a 5v4, they are still being pushed back by Flyquest. Team Liquid tries to push back, but Flyquest kite away beautifully. Team Liquid cannot afford to dance any longer, since Quad is threatening Team Liquid's top inner turret. So Team Liquid desperately starts Dragon to force him to join the fight. But one can argue that Quad doesn't even need to join, because Team Liquid has no dragons yet, and Quad can threaten to take the inhibitor. Anyways, Quad TP's bot, and this flank setup puts Team Liquid in a terrible position. Umti and Yan are on Dragon, while Impact, CoreJJ, and APA are still in the river. Once again, Team Liquid are clumped and vulnerable. Meanwhile, Flyquest are in position to flank Team Liquid, with Inspired, Masu, and Busio attacking from mid lane, Bwipo emerging from the jungle, and Quad on a long flank from bot lane. Umti responds to the flank setup by using Maokai W onto Bwipo, but Bwipo doesn't panic ult, because he knows that he cannot be focused. There are simply too many threats from Flyquest that Team Liquid have to deal with. Flyquest are closing in, and seeing that APA is cornered and has nowhere to run, Bwipo goes all in. Busio lands a beautiful Leona ult that stuns APA, and Bwipo uses Olaf ult to run him down. Quad finally arrives from below, and his Yone ult looks great, but APA dodges it. So, Quad's Yone ult only hits CoreJJ. Nevertheless, APA gets deleted by Bwipo. The rest of the fight is a wipe for Flyquest, and we have to applaud Flyquest's teamfight setup and map rotations minutes before this dragon, as opposed to Team Liquid, who just acted as ward before the fight and then got cornered like sheep. The LCS Summer Finals wasn't the last time Team Liquid and Flyquest would face each other. By the luck of the draw, they met each other in the final round of Swiss at Worlds. The winner would advance to knockouts, and the loser would be eliminated. This draw caused so much controversy among fans. Many were disappointed that it is even possible to advance to knockouts without beating an Eastern team, but Flyquest showed that they deserve to represent the West with a performance against Team Liquid. In Game 1, we start our analysis with the win probability graph, which claims that Team Liquid is heavily favored to win the game. Team Liquid has a 3k gold lead, all 6 Void Grubs, and 3 dragons to none from Flyquest. Team Liquid are in such a good spot, but Flyquest claw their way back into this game with great teamfight setups. Here, Team Liquid is defending their river prio at Baron, and Flyquest are looking to retake the river. Both APA and Quad are top, and as they both rotate to join their teams, Flyquest capitalizes on this greedy rotation from APA. Bwipo immediately TPs to a ward in the top tri-bush so that he can flank APA's Syndra, who is a very fragile and immobile mage. And Inspired also makes contact with Umti so that he can get closer to APA. Quad is also in position to attack APA, so altogether, Flyquest is preparing for a 3-point flank onto APA, while he is isolated from the rest of Team Liquid. Quad tanks the Syndra stun, then APA desperately retreats upwards. But Bwipo arrives and he ults APA towards Flyquest, and then APA flashes to safety into the Baron pit. Inspired hits Baron and instantly turns away so that APA can slowly die to Baron, and all of Flyquest look to peel Impact. But luckily, Impact's Jax E hits nobody, and now he's so useless. All of Flyquest then focus Impact, and their teamfight positioning is just perfect. Bwipo and Inspired are tanking the Gen ult, while Quad, Masu, and Busio are DPSing from safety, all the while APA is limping out of the Baron pit. APA then dies to Masu, and Flyquest start to claw their way back from a 3k gold deficit and a 10% win probability. We now take a look at a dragon fight 31 minutes into the game. First, I want to highlight the difference in team comps. Flyquest has a far superior front-to-back team fighting comp. With two beefy tanks in Cassante and Skarner, and Lulu as an enchanter, their job is to take controlled fights and create space for Orianna and Ashe to get DPS. On the other hand, Team Liquid has less DPS and more burst. Syndra and Jhin offer massive pick potential, while Jax and Xin Zhao want to jump in and assassinate the enemy backline, so Team Liquid's win condition is to leverage their heavy burst and delete Flyquest carries. But Team Liquid play with no awareness, and they always acquiesce to playing front-to-back team fights, and they wonder why they're losing every single fight. Here, both teams are A-ramming, but Team Liquid are much more focused on securing River Prio than Flyquest. spots Inspired and chases him into his jungle, and it seems like Flyquest are so elastic, they always keep a safe distance from Team Liquid. Yeon and CoreJJ are also gaining ground, and Flyquest are more than happy to let them have it. Because this makes Team Liquid overextended, and CoreJJ has to burn his flash to dodge the Ashe ult. Inspired makes contact with CoreJJ and and this is his sole purpose as a tank of Flyquest. He is making so much space for his carries, and he stuns CoreJJ so that they can get closer and start hitting CoreJJ. Impact tries to disrupt the teamfight by TPing in the middle of it all, but makes a critical error and E, flash, ults, only to knock Masu and Busio away from Impact's TP. And when Impact arrives, Busio already flashes safety, and Masu flashes away from the Jax EQ combo. Once again, we see Flyquest in a beautiful front-to-back setup, with their 3 backline champions in a safe spot, while their 2 tanks are soaking all the damage. And Impact and the 2 divers on Team Liquid, got no value out of their abilities, and they are now sitting ducks, waiting to be slaughtered. Both of them melt very quickly, and Impact is forced to use Zanya's. Impact survives with CoreJJ's Tom Kenchult, but doesn't have the same luxury, and he falls. This failed teamfight leads to a free Baron for Flyquest. If I could go back, I would ask Team Liquid, why do you have such an uncontrollable urge to pick a fight with Flyquest in plain sight? Why can't you lure them into Dragon, and then look to flank from multiple angles? Why don't you wait a little longer and look for teamfight setups that favor your team's win conditions, instead of agreeing to fight on Flyquest's terms? Team Liquid fell flat on their face, with Impact and going for telegraphed and wishful engages. In these games, Flyquest showed far superior knowledge of their win conditions than Team Liquid. It seemed like they always had a plan and always followed through on it. At Worlds, Flyquest was a team Western fans could count on. They stayed true to their playstyle and came here to win. As the offseason begins, we can only wait and see if Flyquest keeps the same roster for next year. What was your favorite Flyquest play from Worlds? Do you think Masu will be the next double lift? Let me know in the comments. If you like analytical content like this, please hit the like and subscribe button for more. I also have a Discord server where you can chat with me and other analytical viewers. The link is in the description below. Take care and see you in the next video.